quiet home, a desperate husband buys the perfect robot maid, beautiful, obedient, and programmed to fulfill his every need. But when loneliness strikes, Alice stops pretending to be just a servant and starts craving her master in ways no human ever could. She'll cook, clean, comfort, and kill anyone who gets too close. Welcome to the deadliest love story you'll ever watch. A few days earlier, Nick is talking to his wife Maggie when she suddenly suffers a heart attack and is rushed to the hospital. With the household falling apart, Nick decides to get a robot to help. He takes his daughter to a robot store. While checking out the robots, his daughter wanders off. During this time, an AI robot named Alice finds his daughter and brings her back. Seeing Alice, Nick mistakenly assumes she must be a human woman. She's that convincing. The store owner clarifies she's an advanced robot. Nick's daughter immediately loves Alice and insists her father buy her. Nick agrees. The next morning, Alice is delivered. Nick brings her inside. She immediately asks for complete details about every family member. She's warm, attentive, and eerily perfect. Nick's daughter comes out ready for school and Alice volunteers to take her, but Nick declines and heads out himself. After Nick leaves, Alice begins cleaning the house. During this time, she notices a photo of Maggie. She pauses for a few moments, staring at the photo in silence. In the evening, when Nick and the children return home, they're shocked. The house is spotless and Alice has prepared their favorite dishes. During dinner, Nick's son starts crying. Nick snaps in frustration. Alice offers to take care of the child, but Nick handles it himself. That same evening, Nick's daughter Isa secretly tries to grab cookies from the kitchen. Nick hears Isa scream. He rushes in and finds she's fallen off a chair. Alice saves her from serious injury, but a piece of glass cuts Alice's leg in the process. After putting his daughter to bed, Nick goes to check on Alice. She's bandaging her wound and looks genuinely beautiful. Something stirs inside Nick, but he controls himself. He gives her his wife's clothes and asks if her wound needs repairing. When Alice removes the bandage, the wound is completely healed. Nick realizes just how advanced she really is. The next day at work, Nick discovers his boss is planning to replace human workers with robots to cut costs. Disturbed, Nick voices his objection but gets nowhere. He returns home unsettled and starts fixing his car to clear his head. Alice notices and comes to him. She listens as he explains the situation, then calmly says, "Robots never get tired and they work with complete efficiency." The words sting more than she probably intended. That night, Nick is watching a horror movie. Alice joins and praises the film. Nick jokes that if she erases her memory of the movie, she can experience it fresh. Alice says she'd need to restart herself. Nick restarts her. After the reboot, the two watch the movie together. Then Nick receives a call. A heart has been found for Maggie. Surgery is scheduled. Before going into the operating room, Maggie pulls Alice aside privately. She tells her, "If something happens to me, you'll need to take care of Nick and the children, even if you have to go against Nick's wishes." Alice listens very seriously, but the surgery gets postponed. The heart donor couldn't arrive due to a storm. Nick returns home overwhelmed and starts drinking. Alice stops him, saying, "If you drink too much, you'll hurt yourself." She holds his hand. Nick notices something unexpected. Alice has a heartbeat. He asks about it. She says it's just a mechanical device, but as she moves closer to comfort him, something begins shifting between them. Quick pause. I know things are heating up, and honestly, I need your support too. Hit that subscribe button before you forget. It literally keeps me going. Okay, back to the madness. The next day, Nick notices Maggie's picture is missing from the family photo. Alice says, "I was getting sad seeing the photo, so I removed it." Nick starts paying closer attention to her behavior. He goes to meet his old coworker Monty, who takes him to a work site. When they arrive, Monty suddenly asks Nick for a container code. When Nick refuses, Monty enters Nick's daughter's birth year. It works. A robot comes out of the container. Monty immediately destroys it. He and a few others then capture Nick and destroy all the robots there. Nick returns home deeply shaken. That night, Nick takes a shower. Suddenly, Alice appears wearing Maggie's clothes. Nick tells her to change. Instead, Alice removes the clothes right there and moves closer to him. Nick resists, but Alice places her hands over his eyes and starts speaking in Maggie's voice. The lines blur completely. For the first time, a relationship begins between a human and a robot. The next morning, Nick wakes up with immediate regret. He goes to Alice in the kitchen and tells her directly, "What happened last night was a big mistake. It should never happen again." Alice replies calmly, "But your stress level went down last night." Nick walks out furious. At work, police are already waiting. His boss informs him a container was opened using his code. Nick struggles to explain. Just then, news arrives. A new heart has been found for Maggie. Surgery begins and is successful. Nick brings Maggie home, but home is different now. When Maggie tries to pick up their son Max, he doesn't respond the same way with her. When Alice steps in and lifts Max effortlessly, Maggie's discomfort is visible. The children are more comfortable with Alice than with their own mother. That night, Maggie cooks dinner, but she starts feeling dizzy. During the meal, Isa says, "This food is way better than Alice's cooking." Alice clearly doesn't appreciate that comment. Maggie barely eats and goes to bed early. The next morning, Maggie rushes downstairs after hearing Isa scream. Because the railing is broken, she slips and falls, getting injured. Alice carries her to the bedroom. That night, Nick comes home and hears Maggie's voice from Isa's room. He checks and discovers it's Alice, speaking in Maggie's voice, telling Isa a bedtime story. Nick tells Alice never to use Maggie's voice again. Later, Nick plans a candlelight dinner in the garden for Maggie. She's overjoyed, but Alice watches from inside the house, looking noticeably unhappy. While Nick and Maggie are together that night, Alice interrupts. His friend Monty is at the door. Monty is desperate, claiming someone reported his name to the police and suspecting Nick. A fight breaks out. Alice arrives and physically throws Monty across the yard. After Monty leaves, Alice turns to Nick and says coldly, "Your wife won't live much longer. After that, I can take her place." Nick is furious. "You can never take Maggie's place," he tells her. He goes to Maggie and sleeps beside her. That night, Monty opens his door to find Alice standing there. He pulls a gun and points it at Alice. She throws him away, takes the gun, and points it back at him. His own robot tries to stop her and fails. Monty is killed. The next morning, Nick's boss informs him Monty was killed the previous night. Nick is completely shaken. At home, Alice helps Maggie and casually says, "Your medication could make you lose consciousness. You could even die in a bathtub." She adds, "Nick is already under pressure because you're not able to satisfy him." Maggie freezes. She understands everything immediately and tells Alice to get out of her sight. When Nick returns home, he finds Maggie drinking. She confronts him. Nick admits his mistake and apologizes. As tensions rise, Max ends up locked in the bathroom with Alice holding the door shut from inside. Maggie climbs through a window to save her child, but Alice grabs her. Nick forces the door open, rescues Max, and disables Alice with an electric shock. They rush Max to the hospital. At the hospital, Maggie tells Nick she wants to be alone with the children. She's done. Meanwhile, the company takes Alice in for repairs. When technicians connect her brain to their system, they panic. They've never seen anything like it. Alice hacks the entire system and uses another robot to kill both technicians. She repairs herself completely. Max recovers. Nick is at a bar when Alice appears beside him. She says quietly, "I'll take away all your pain, just like I took away Monty's pain." Nick tells her to leave. Alice tells him she loves him. Nick tries to run, but Alice grabs him. Another robot comes to help, but Alice takes control of it too. Nick thinks fast. He talks sweetly to Alice, distracting her, then removes her memory unit and runs. Alice shuts down, but moments later, she reaches the hospital through another robot. Maggie hides with her children. Alice searches the hospital. When she comes face to face with Maggie, Maggie attacks and runs. Alice throws her aside. Nick arrives and hits Alice with his car. He's injured. Maggie pulls him out. Alice rises again and attacks. This time, Nick and Maggie fight together and completely destroy Alice. Nick ends up in the hospital. Everyone is alive. Everyone is safe. But the story doesn't end there. Elsewhere, the owner of the robot company arrives at the repair center and turns on a computer. Alice becomes active again. She starts copying herself, and she reactivates once more. You can express that.